It's the final quarter of the Paddock the Goals. And while we are playing with the winter sports narrative, let's switch to the virtual field where there are also nets and sticks. And we're not talking about the net from the netball or the stick from the hockey, even though those are great ways to pass the ball, time. Today we're diving into another kind of net and stick. It's the internet and joysticks, to be exact. So why are we bouncing from the courts of netball and slipping through to hockey to reach the digital landscape of online gaming? Well, it's simple. It's about social connection. Much like the friendships formed on the golf course, a footy field, a netball court, or a hockey field, online gaming is increasingly becoming a space where community thrives and where teamwork really makes the dream work. Let's talk to an expert local gamer from Witchy Proof to see where these worlds overlap and what they offer in terms of mental health well-being and community building. Welcome to Michael White, who is a member of our IT staff here at Bullocks and also a member of the Witchy Proof Community Resource Centre. Hello to you, Michael.
G'day, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Great to have you on board. Well, it's whether you're scoring goals, making saves, or batting it out in the virtual world. Michael, can you tell us a little bit about how the virtual world is all about the camaraderie, the thrill of competition, and most importantly, that social connectedness that makes these experiences truly enriching?
Yeah, absolutely. The online world it's a up and down sort of place, but honestly, it's full of teamwork and leadership and all sorts of things like that. Especially with online gaming in general, the majority of things like that are team based. So you do find yourself a lot of the time making new friends and new connections and things like that, and yeah, forming together into all sorts of different crazy worlds and all sorts of different sports and everything, all of the above, almost anything you can imagine.
Fantastic. Tell us about some of the competitions you've hosted. And I believe you've ran some amazingly huge competitions, which has drawn enormous numbers of participants. Who joined you in this space and how far and wide did they come?
Countrywide, all the way to New Zealand and back. That's generally our oceanic population when it comes to online gaming. I've run multiple competitions and tournaments, and I've been part of them myself. Me and my friends, people I've met from all around the country and New Zealand as well. But so my main game back then was Call of Duty, and we ran tournaments for pretty much every single person that would like to be involved. There was no limitations or anything like that. It was just a registration process, and we were in, and we created our teams and we made our bonds with each other. And yeah, it was great fun and it was a great experience. And yeah, it was a big responsibility and it was quite time consuming altogether. But that was on my end. For most other people in the tournaments and in the competitions, it was just kind of jumping on with your friends and having fun. But on my side, it was time consuming, but it was all worth it in the end. I was a captain referee, so I had 7 referees under me that I had the responsibility for and had to watch over and things like that. So all the made up rules and obligations and laws that were created for our competitions were obviously enforced by me and my boys and things like that. But no, it was a great experience. It really was.
So volunteering is very much alive in the virtual area too. That's fantastic to hear. With the cost of living and rising costs, you hear for people to go out and even just go out to dinner, sometimes that's just too much in terms of cost. How much does it really cost to be involved in these events?
Absolutely, I definitely agree, especially these days. But no, it's for what we did. In the end, there's obviously competitions that cost money, and obviously they have larger prizes and prize pools and things like that. We offered prizes and whatnot, but we offered that off the back of all of our support and things like that. All of us that banded together to create these tournaments and things like that. But no, we had hundreds upon hundreds of people on a competitive basis and a team basis on 12 monthly all throughout the year, completely free. It was nothing but a registration and allocated times and a process that had requirements, but nothing financial, and everything was yeah, everything was always just built to be fun, enjoyable, and competitive, but exciting for everybody.
Fantastic. It sounds like it's very, very accessible. And during the initial period of COVID, for instance, communities all over the world lost physical and social attachment. And with the physical world, when we all shut down, we went into those recurring lockdowns. But just when we thought it was all lost, guess what? Came to the rescue, of course, as what you're talking about, the knights in shining digital armor, those gaming platforms like Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft. And they, but they're not just your average games anymore, are they? They've morphed into massive social hubs. And we're talking sort of in-game concerts, events with millions of people now participating, coming together on a virtual playground. And it's not just for gamers anymore, is it, Michael?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know personally families that band together for these type of things, especially for the extremely large games and communities such as Fortnite and Roblox and things like that, Minecraft. Families band together and join in and dance around the lounge room and things like that to these concerts and all sorts of mini games and things like that. The developers and the creators obviously put a lot of effort in to adhere to all types of demographics these days.
Fair enough. And probably too often, and probably when gaming first came out, they were sort of seen as a pathway for pent up frustrations and aggression and go to your room and hide out in there. However, latest research actually tells us that video gaming might actually be good for your mental health. And it's only really a small minority of gamers that suffer from a disorder, which is that inability to stop playing that impacts, relationship, doing your schoolwork, going to work, and probably having some well-earned sleep. However, the state of play is really shifting, and there's going to be some more development in this area, and there's certainly growing evidence to suggest that certain types of games may help alleviate mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. I believe the Bond University did a study in 2022 and found 17 million Australians play computer games across their various forms, and 36% of gamers had made friends from the hobby. Those who play spend an average of 83 minutes on the activity per day. I get hammered by my own family for spending too much time on Facebook. So maybe there's room for me getting involved in the gaming world too and making some more friends that way. So with this time spent in a virtual wonderland, how do we ensure we're doing more than we can to help rather than harm well-being? Just like we have working with children treks to promote community safety. What supports are there in the virtual community, Michael?
Yeah, that's a great question. Again, I think that it's a little difficult to answer in a single sentence, but um, yeah, besides the obvious monetarization within families and within personal households and things like that, it's obviously a big part, and it is a big part for younger kids who don't actually have um, that addictive nature, but it seems to be being built into something like this. But honestly, outside of the the general basis, developers and game designers and things like that, they've also got these things on their minds, and they're also well aware of what the stereotype is. So they are going to lengths, obviously, to through registration processes and facial verification and things like that, to obviously make it a little bit more um, aware that they're aware, if that makes sense. But also believe that it's the same as anything in life that can become addictive, but with monetization, with guidance, and put on the right path, gaming can just be that fun, exciting experience for absolutely everybody involved. So,
Fantastic. What opportunities do you see that the online world could perhaps offer to sustaining our rural communities in terms of, opportunities for jobs, developing businesses? You're talking about online developers. Is there opportunities for us to develop these in our own rural communities?
absolutely, yes. Same as anything that you put your mind to and you work on and you practice and you learn, and there's courses and things like that that you can go and obtain yourself, and um, be a part of. It's something that you can obviously, if it's something you enjoy, the same as attempting to be a musician, for example, something that you put your mind on and put a lot of practice into. And absolutely, there are job opportunities, not just for actually creating and developing games, but obviously, as everyone's well aware these days, just how big streaming is, and actually being a gamer. I don't personally recommend it as a profession. It's something that's takes a lot of time and effort, but it definitely is an option, and some people are good at it, and some people aren't, just like everything else in the world. But no, absolutely, there are definitely job opportunities when it comes to things like this, just like there is with anything else that people put their mind to and enjoy doing.
Fantastic. Well, we're talking with Michael about what we can do to support the gaming community in our Bull Oak community. So whether you're a gaming guru or just someone looking for a little bit of human interaction in our high-tech world, keep your eyes out for what we might be doing with these platforms. They're doing way more than just leveling up. They're redefining how we connect as a society. Thanks for coming in today to talk to us, Michael. We really appreciate your time.
No, no worries at all. Thanks for having me.
So if you are needing some assistance, the Business Victoria Partners in Wellbeing Helpline is a free and confidential service for small business owners and employees. Get support from trained wellbeing coaches, financial counsellors and business advisors, as well as information in languages other than English. Call 1300 375 330 or visit the website to connect on live chat, send an inquiry or make a referral. The Rural Financial Counselling Service is available to assist primary producers to understand and apply for support. A primary producer can contact their local RFCS on 1300 771 741. For more information about rural finance and any support there, call 1800 260 425. I'd like to say thank you to the North Central League and good luck to all of the teams today. We hope you have enjoyed this podcast. Keep a look out in your local paper, footy recorder, social media, and on our website for information. We will transcribe a summary of today's podcast and make it available in print form. If you would like a copy, reach out to us next week by calling customer service on 1300 520 520. Have a safe and happy weekend, everyone.